Hello again, Honky Tonks. I'd like to dedicate this video to Freedom Dad 73. He's not dead, so don't worry. He has a fair few years in front of him yet. He also has his own channel on YouTube under the same name, Similar Politics. I agree with more or less everything he has to say. He does walkie-talkies on his videos, and that's why I've dedicated this video to him, because he prefers my walkie-talkies to my voiceover. Each to their own. I've spoken to him a few times on Twitter privately, and he seems a good egg, so I wouldn't be promoting his channel otherwise. And there we go. So go and have a look. Freedom Dad 73 on YouTube. The more of our voices on here, the better. Free speech is paramount, I reckon. Everyone deserves to say what they think. Whether you want to hear them or not, that's completely up to you, not the law. Anyway, Keir Starmer. Now, I wouldn't use the term treasonous with Keir Starmer, not yet. I would, however, use the term compromised, because the guy has taken bribes, effectively, by a millionaire for influence. And for him to allow this to happen, and for him to take this money for that reason, makes him compromised. It doesn't work for the British people. It doesn't even work for the Labour voters anymore. Even if he ever did, he hasn't come true on any of his policies to get him elected. If anything, he's completely ignored them. Even during the Labour Party conference, the Labour delegates there, they unanimously voted to overturn his taking away the winter fuel allowance from pensioners. He won't listen to them. If anything, he's doubled down and pledged more support for Zelensky. He could stop all that now. He could stop sending money abroad to combat apparent climate change now, and give it to the pensioners and give it to the people and fix this country, but he won't. He's a heartless, soulless, selfish sod. That's what he is. There's nothing good about him at all. He's not patriotic. He said, didn't he, if he came between, was it the World Economic Forum and the United Kingdom and the Parliament, he said he would choose the Economic Forum all the time. That's where his loyalties lie. So yeah, there's nothing forensic about him whatsoever. He flip-flops, he lies, he's thin-skinned. He snaps at reporters now for asking questions. I don't like it. This guy is ill-tempered, too ill-tempered and compromised to be the leader of our nation. He has no redeeming qualities. There's nothing whatsoever I like about the fella, and I've tried looking, but I can't. I thought I disliked Gordon Brown, but this guy, in my lifetime, probably beyond the worst British Prime Minister ever, and the most disliked. Where is he now? Minus 45 in the polls, opinion polls. That says everything, doesn't it? So he took money from this Lord Ali so this guy could pick his own Labour candidates, and he wanted a security pass for Downing Street. And I've said before, security services need to be looking at these people now. For a guy to pay money for access to government and to influence government policy, it's interference, it's election, it's government interference, it's wrong, it's against the law, and they need to do something. At least take a look, take a deep dive, be really, really forensic with them, because they're hiding stuff. Keir Starmer isn't coming clean about anything. He's got an excuse for everything. Every bribe he has taken, and he's not letting on either about what's to come. If I was him, of course he won't, I'd just come clean now. I say, listen, I've taken this amount of money from whoever for this reason, and that's it. That would keep everyone off his back. Or would it? Depends what he's taken money for. Even the fact he's taken money leaves him compromised, in my opinion, heavily and deeply compromised, which makes the security of our nation at risk, I think. What do you think? I think that, I really do think that. There's something dodgy going on. There'll be something tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that. That's what we've had for the past 3 months of Labour being in government. Every day has brought out a revelation of them taking money, or him taking money, to the tune of tens of thousands from this fella, and nobody's saying why. It's embarrassing, really. It puts our nation at an embarrassing position. Other countries must be looking at us and laughing their tits off. That's what you get for voting in a socialist. That's what happens. It can't happen again. This is going to be the last Labour government for a while, I reckon. I'm hoping the next one is reform. But even after that recent interview with Nigel Farage, I'm starting to think, that's another video for another time. Now, remember when Starmer got caught in that building in a meeting with other people? I think they called it Pizzagate, didn't they? He had beer and pizza with other people who came from different locations. They met up and none of them wore masks. This was during lockdown. I'm not going to use the C word because this platform hasn't yet caught up with the truth of what happened during that episode in world history, and I hope they do soon. But he got off with that. He said, right, to the police, if they find me guilty, I'll resign from politics as Labour Party leader. And they didn't. The police dare not, of course. They were never going to find him guilty because the backlash from the media and the violent left-wing extremists would have been too much for them, I reckon. He put them in such a political pressure pot that, of course, they were never going to find him guilty. Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak, however, got fined by the police for having a piece of cake in their workplace. Go figure. So Keir Starmer, during lockdown back then, travelled to somewhere he shouldn't have, met up with people he shouldn't have met up with in one location. None of them wore masks and broke lockdown rules, and he got off with it. That was political bribery or political threats really against the police, and it worked. But it appears that he really did break lockdown rules because some eagle-eyed journalists, and journalists, real ones, are few and far between now in this country because they are usually compromised left-wing activists. They don't bring you the truth. They bring you what they think you should know. They tell you what to think rather than how. And one of the reasons why this country is in the bin, ladies and gents. So an eagle-eyed journalist has seen his lockdown Christmas message background or the office is the same as the one owned by Lord Ali. The same shelving system, the same wallpaper or paint in the back, and he just put his family photos and the Union flag behind him while he did that message. So it's evident he travelled to this fella's house or office and broke lockdown rules again. And if it is true, then he should walk. He really should go. In fact, I think the best thing Keir Starmer can do now is just resign. Absolutely and utterly resign, because his presence in Downing Street as Labour leader is bringing them down even further. He is more toxic, although not in the same crime league as Philip Schofield. Keir Starmer is politically toxic, ladies and gents, and I reckon Angela Rayner is looking to replace him. That's why she hired that £68,000 a year photographer to make her look good. Why else would she do that? The vultures are circling. Labour Party delegates voted against him. There are mutterings amongst Labour MPs to oust him already, from what I've heard. So his days are numbered. I said this from day one. I said as soon as he stopped that winter fuel allowance for pensioners, the writing was on the wall. It's his poll tax moment. The guy is compromised. He's not working for the nation. He's not working for the people. He's not working for Labour. He's working for Lord Ali. That's what I think. And Lord Ali's paid him handsomely to do so. And there we go. I'm past 49. Thanks for watching. Remember, go and sub to Freedom Dad 73 on YouTube. Interesting channel. Tell him Paz sent you. And I'll see you at the next one. Roger Trout.